Hey you guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is about how you can put yourself in the best position to win. Now, this video doesn't have any structure, doesn't have any script, doesn't have any plot. I'm just talking to y'all. So the first thing I would say is to first make sure that you're not talking to yourself negatively. And when you do find yourself in those positions where you're negatively speaking about yourself, shut it down. Don't feed into it. So what I do is when I have a negative thought in my head about myself, I combat it with a positive thought. I might come back with 2 positive thoughts. It could be a negative thought like me making this video, me saying, "Oh, I don't feel like doing it." Now I'm gonna make 2 videos, or I'm gonna create the video and I'm gonna start editing it today. Make sure that you're not engaging into the negative talk. You're not dwelling into negative talk, especially when it comes to your life and the way you live. Just in general, you don't want to get used to negative talking yourself, because you're gonna get to a point where talk about yourself so much, your mental health's gonna tank, and it's gonna be a whole different process for you. And you don't want that. We don't want that. The next thing I'll say is set clear goals. You want to make sure that when you're making goals, you're being specific. Like, you know how you do in your resume. You know, when you're younger, you just do a little resume, you go over the overview, and you just put whatever on there. As you get older, you start refining it and being more specific. You start including numbers, things like that. Like if I'm making this video and I say, okay, I want to make the video 15 minutes instead of saying I want to make a video today in general. Be specific with the things that you want and make sure that your goals align with the stuff that you want. Another thing that I say is, like, don't let people talk you into things that they want for you instead of things that you want for yourself, because people will do that, especially family. I won't get too deep into this because that's another video, but make sure that when you're going through these situations and you're putting yourself in the best position to win, that you're putting yourself in the best position to win. Everybody else can win when they get there. You got to make sure that you're straight. Going into the next tip, make sure that when you are working towards these goals that you set, you're doing this for you. You are doing this for you. I know people care for what their family tells them and what people think and etc. When it all comes down to it, whether you win, lose, draw, whatever it may be, that's going to be yours to hold. Whether you holding the dub or the L, like, that's for you. Make sure that you're doing what you want to do instead of what people are telling you to do. Another thing to keep in mind is when you're working towards these goals, you're gonna go through some pain. It's not gonna be a situation where you're working towards goals and you're not going through anything. You're gonna go through things and things are gonna happen to you, but you just need to be mindful that the storm doesn't last forever. Just know that everyone goes through things, and you are not in this alone. And if you do feel like you're alone, you can get in my comments, talk to me, talk to your family, talk to a therapist, talk to a friend, talk to anybody you need to get you through that rough patch, because I know how that feels to feel by yourself, and it's not a good feeling. And you're not alone. Everybody has somebody they can lean on. There are things that can stunt your growth and keep you from moving forward. Being spiteful, not forgiving people, being negative, feeding into negativity, you being negative to yourself in general, keeping bad people around you, keeping lazy people around you, keeping people around you who don't have goals, who don't have dreams, who don't have aspirations in life. Keep all of that away from you. You're gonna wake up, I guarantee, if you keep running around people that act like that, people who live their lives like that, people who are content with being like that, you are gonna be no better than them. Your life's gonna be no better than them. Another thing that I would say, going through these situations, you have to forgive yourself and move forward. We all have shortcomings. We all have done things that we shouldn't have done. We've all been in situations where we should have acted different, talked different, walked different, been different. We've all had situations where we didn't apply ourselves the right way. It's imperative to forgive yourself and keep moving. You can't let a situation keep you stagnant. That's the worst thing you could ever do as a person, is be stagnant. All these things and all these opportunities out here, and you telling me you're gonna let a little mishap keep you from winning? Especially with all the tools we have now. The odds laws ain't even against us no more for real. They are, but they not. Like, it's little loopholes. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's ways you can eat, and it's enough food for us all to eat. That's why it's like, I'm not even looking at your plate. I'm trying to get mine right. And that's how y'all should be too. Like, that's another thing. I'm sidebar tangent, but I'm swing it. Another thing that I want to say is, get off these devices. Get off that phone. Get off that iPad. Get off of it. Get off social media. Social media is evil. I sound like one of them old people. I'm with the old people on it. Social media is evil. Especially for the people, the young adults now, the teenagers now, the kids now. The older people, they cool. Everybody else, real big L. No. Everybody's terrible. They got people feeling like they're living under their means or living below. None of that. It's okay to be doing well. It's okay to still be in school. It's okay to still live with your mama, especially in the economy that we live in. Don't feel like you have to live your life the same way you see somebody else live their life, regardless of their age, size, situation, occupation, whatever. You do what works for you, and the people that are supposed to run with you, the people who are supposed to be with you, the people that God put out here to be with you, they'll get with you. What's for you won't miss you. That's another thing I definitely want to make sure that y'all are taking from this video. If you don't take anything from this video, take this. Anything that God set aside for me and put on my plate, that's a plate can't nobody ever touch. I don't care if your plate look identical to my plate. That's your plate and this is mine. You can't have mine, I can't have yours, and don't want it. As people, we need to stop focusing on what another person has, what another person is doing, what they're going for, etc. Worry about you. If you give yourself a solid couple months to a year to really focus and get yourself right, you'll be in position to win. You'll be the winner. You'll come out on top every time. We get in those situations where we're thinking about other people and we are looking at what they have and we're looking at what they're doing and we're like, I want this, I want that. You don't know what them people had to do to get that. Sometimes we don't even want to know what the people did to get that. That's another story. The purpose of what I'm saying is focus on you, work on you, put the time and the energy that you put into these other situations, other things into you, and I promise it's never going to be negative when you're working on yourself. That's what you're here to do. Work on yourself. Get right. Get right. Go eat right. Go work out. Talk to God. Talk to your family. Talk to a therapist. Talk to whoever you need to talk to and put yourself in the positions where you can get right. Don't use your life looking at nobody else's life through a screen, on a TV, being jealous, being envious. That's a sin. You don't want to be jealous and envious of nobody. You want to be grateful and thankful for the life God gave you because he gave you one that can be the same. You just got to put the work in. And sometimes when we look at these people, like I said before, you don't know what these people did to get this stuff. Sometimes when you put yourself in those positions or you get around those people that you thought you liked, it doesn't even take more than 5 minutes to realize, ooh, you're not who I thought you were. We've all been in a situation where we've been around a person or we've seen a person and we thought they were one way. Turns out they're a whole nother way. You could think over the internet you and this person would be good friends and their personality just fits yours so well. You meet them in person and within 5-10 minutes you realize me and this person are not compatible. I can't do this, or I didn't know you were like this. That's why it's prevalent to not be envious of what people have. That's not putting yourself in position to be a winner. Another thing that I say is be mindful of the friends that you keep. You and your friends do not have to have the same goals and y'all don't have to do the same things, but you want to run around with people who kind of have the same mindset that you want to be in. Notice I said the mindset that you want to be in, not the one that you are currently in. If you got friends, if you are a person who thinks negative, you need friends that think positive. If you are a person that think positive, get friends that think positive. Don't go get no friends that think negative. You're going backwards. We do not move backwards. We don't even know what that means. I can't even turn my neck that far. Don't look back. Keep your eyes forward. Keep looking forward. Don't look back. Just be mindful of the friends that you keep, because the people that you run with is just important. The people that you run with is just as important as what you're doing for yourself. You gotta watch who you hang with, because people are not solid. People are not genuine. You could come to somebody with the most purest of genuine intentions on this planet, and they will slime you and they will snake you just because they know that you are genuine, and they can. I don't know about y'all. I believe in karma, and I believe that everything that I do, good or bad, has some type of karma attached to it. I don't want no negative karma ever. So there are things that I won't do. Brings me to my next point. Y'all, don't fall into the trap of negativity. There are things you're gonna have to cut out. You're gonna have to cut out certain shows. You're gonna have to cut out certain people. You're gonna have to cut out certain habits. You're gonna have to cut out certain foods. You're gonna have to cut out a lot. You have to sacrifice. Nothing good in life comes without sacrifice. To get to any next point in life, you're gonna have to sacrifice. And if you're not willing to take that L, and if you're not willing to make that sacrifice and make that change, you're not ready to be a winner. And like I said before, you might be waiting for somebody to come save you. I just told y'all a couple minutes ago, don't wait for nobody to come save you, because they're not coming. You're going to be in the tower locked up like Rapunzel. But you're not getting no knight in shining armor. You just going to be messed up. Wait, that's the wrong Disney. You're going to be in the tower locked up like Fiona and them. And you don't get Shrek. And if you do get Shrek, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Because today's men, that Shrek is not the same Shrek we seen in 2004. Go off. My point is, nothing good comes without sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice some things to get where you want to be and get what you want in life. And that's just the way it go. That's just the way the cards is dealt. Another thing that I'll say is try not to get attached to the people that you meet going up and down the escalator of life. Because there is going to be a point that you get to where the people that you meet and the people that you know, some of those people are not going to be as real and as genuine as you thought they were. And that's just a part of it. When you get to that point, you can take it personal, but just don't be negative, and don't get evil, don't get vicious, don't get vindictive about it. Once you peep it, let it be known. Send them on about their way. Don't get super mad. Don't get super offensive. Don't get violent. Don't get violent. Just send them on about their way. That's just a part of the game. That's a piece of the puzzle. Let it be what it is and go on about your business. There are a lot of people that want to watch you succeed. They want to watch you work towards these goals, so they can either do the same thing you did, or they can just, oh, I helped you. I did this, I did that. Like I said, we're not feeding into that. Thank them and send them on about their way. Thank those people and send them about their way. Don't feed into the negative talk. Don't feed into the banter. Thank them folks and send them about their way. Everybody's not meant to go with you to the top, and everybody can't get up there. It's not enough seats up there. Eventually, you just run out of seats at the table. That don't mean that some people didn't deserve one. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you that you're going to run out of seats. And when you run out of seats, you got to really start looking at who's at this table. You might have to tell some people, all right, well, you gotta take your plate and go. You got to go. That's just a part of life. You got to eat or get ate. Another thing is, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm going to clear this up myself. There's a difference between somebody finding you inspirational and somebody copying you. The difference is when they're inspired, they're genuinely enjoying what you're putting out there. They're not trying to mimic or imitate you 1000%. They still have their personality put into it. That would be like somebody that I know seeing me do this, and they're wording this and they're copying back what I'm saying, literally just how I'm saying it, for views and clicks. You can do what you want to do. I'm never going to stop you. I might not even say anything. It's just when the conversations get short, you know what it is. That brings me to my last point. You gotta get to a point where you can tell and you can distinguish the real from the fake. A lot of people have trouble with this because they're not used to having distinguished the real and the fake. Or some people grew up around the fake. They grew up being the fake. They grew up with the fake, or they are the fake. So they think that they the real until they get around the real and realize I'm not the real, I'm the fake. You don't gotta do too much once you realize these people are not who they're perpetrating to be. Thank them for their time and send them on their way. I hope that this video helps somebody in some sort of way. Y'all want me to get in depth, I can get more in depth. Y'all want me to go deeper into it, because there are other things that I want to say to this. So if y'all want a part 2, let me know. I would have to just watch this video again, pick up where I left off and go on. I'm just not trying to draw out the video, make it too long. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, tuning in. I just gave you tips to put yourself ahead in life and be a winner. Hopefully you take some. If you got to drop some, if you got to take some from me and take some from somebody else, that's cool too. That's what research is for. I'm just glad I had you here long enough to get to this point. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you want. I'll see you guys in a couple days. I'll be back with another video. Bye.